Yes, gamers. We'll see whether or not the notifications go out. But you know how YouTube is, right, guys? Help me. Hey guys, there you go. At least some of you got the notification. What up? How you guys doing? Have you seen my true form? It's beautiful. I love this new pack. Only because it gave us the fish head. Do we have a release date on that, Lightning? Cause yeah, I'm planning to. I mean, the first game was kind of, I don't know, like I enjoyed my time with Saints and Sinners when I first started playing it, and then it dropped off really hard. But I'm hoping that the second one's actually good. I didn't know it was already almost out. Oh, is the Boomeranger update coming out on Tuesday? Where'd you hear that, chicken? Or are you just guessing? Hey, TJ. Also, hi, everyone else. Hey, Multi. No, Boomeranger update is not on console yet. What I'm assuming is going to happen is we'll probably see the new Trove skill tree update. You know, the fishing update. That's probably going to be pushed to go along with the Boomer update for you guys on console all at the same time. I would hope. It's not like we know, obviously. Wait, what? Swedish? Oh, you mean Call of Dorky? Yep, words. I did play Warzone. I do have a video that I've been working on with it. Cause it's a broken mess. You guys let me know if anything starts getting a little bit janky with the stream. It should be okay, but I'm just letting you guys know, like, I'm kind of pressed for time, so I'm rendering at the same time. I can pause the render if we start having issues, though. And don't worry, we'll go out and do some grinding and stuff like that. Anyways, the follow-up to what I was saying, Swedish, is that Call of Duty Warzone is kind of a broken mess. So I kind of have like a comedy video about that. Literally took us like 2 hours to try and figure out and get it all working. Like it just bleh. But anyways, 1st of December. Really? Okay. Is it coming on Steam? Let me double check. Chapter 2, The Retribution. It just says late 2022. I mean, I'm down, man. Like, if they can end up refining all the issues they had in the first one, I'm totally down to try that one out. Hey, Airphonics. What up, man? Oh, what'd they say, Scythe? What comes out on... So just to be clear, what is actually coming out on Tuesday? The Boomer update on console? Or the skill tree update on PC? Or everything for everybody? Just to clarify, because I know that the devs ended up having their recent live stream and I didn't catch it. I've been a little bit too busy. Also, thank you, Slow. Appreciate it, man. The skill trees are next week? Dang, dude. Okay, that was quick. Yeah, fingers crossed we see something happen with you guys on console, but that's pretty quick. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, you're just asking about Call of Duty in general. Honestly, what was it? The Modern Warfare, not this one, but the last one. I actually really enjoyed that campaign. But yeah, fingers crossed we get that on console. We'll see, though. Who knows? I mean, it's Trove, right? It's just gonna either happen or it won't. We need a lot of qubits for the new update, right? Oh, dude. Don't even ask, man. Like, if you have to ask, okay, that you no. I am sorry, my dude. You just keep spamming me. That's how you get on my ignore list. So yeah, if you guys didn't end up checking out the video that talked about it already, you basically are going to need like half a year's worth of qubits in order to max out the skill tree free to play. That's half a year of qubits without patron. If you have patron, it's going to be even worse. Or, I mean, if you don't have patron, it's going to be even worse. So that's cool. We're going to get the skill tree already. What was I saying? I was going to work on my magic set of gems? I guess not. Apparently not. Apparently we're just going to be working on the new stuff. Is it pay to win? I mean... yeah, it's more like, you know, it's typical Trove stuff where it's like pay to progress through certain areas faster. Otherwise, everything else is time gated. But you're still going to have to put in the grind time, like in general. Yeah, Multi, I saw your tweet, I know. I'm looking for a 5-star. Yeah, sure, or so, if you got one. If it's the good dungeon, I'll take it. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen all the all the Twitter controversy. Oh man, it's hilarious. Oh, I see a dungeon down there actually. Come to think of it, is that a good one? Might be. Yeah, all the Twitter stuff. It's just, I think it's so funny. Like everyone's complaining, like Twitter's dying. Whoa, what's Elon doing to Twitter and stuff? Meanwhile, it's like Twitter has literally had like it's been the most active it's ever been. Like, okay. It's just weird, man. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Sorry. There we go. I had to stop the rendering because I think it was giving me frame issues. No, wrong dungeon. Ew. There's another one down to the south more, but I'm assuming someone's going to be, someone's gonna be probably rushing to that. Sorry, I'm trying. I'm so pressed for time. I'm actually uploading at the same time that I'm streaming right now. I'm trying to get it done while I'm like mid-glide. Sorry, I will be done with it all in a moment here. Because I realized, like, I kept thinking, like, oh, I can just relax today. I can just do a live stream. And then I was like, uh-oh, wait a minute. There's another video that I planned on releasing. There we go. Oh, what is this? What? What? No. Pfft. I'm not doing this dungeon. I am not touching that dungeon, my dude. No. Hey, Yomi. Yeah, see, your messages are getting through, my dude. I think it's just YouTube being stupid. Yeah, exactly, Sam. That's exactly what I was just making fun of, is just how people were saying, like, everyone's complaining about Twitter dying on Twitter, like, on the platform. Like, it's just so weird. Yeah, Matt, apparently the update is coming next Tuesday. It's going to be the skill tree. We don't know what it's going to be, whether it's going to be the update on console. We'll see. But for those of you that are just tuning in, apparently the Trove skill tree is coming out for PC on next Tuesday. Sorry, my voice is dying. I think I'm under the weather. It doesn't really feel like I am, but just based on my voice and based on my lack of energy lately. Oh, you know what else we should end up doing? No. We should probably... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to end up going into the hub area. I keep forgetting to grab my chicken XP. Been off for school for 2 days straight. Nice. Stonks. Hey, Troon. Also, hi, everybody else. I'm sorry if I'm not saying hello. I do see your kind, wonderful messages. Yes, XP. No, I didn't use an XP pot because I don't care I'm just grabbing free XP, man. Oh my lord, it gave a lot. Oh, I should have used an XP pot. Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't know it was double XP day already. Oh. Well, I do have a fish for a head, so it totally makes sense why I would make such a dumb decision without even looking. They're giving so much XP too. Dang it. Actually, wait a minute. Because one of those gave me like 1 mil XP, right? Do I still have the effects of my last XP pod for whatever reason? I'll check as soon as we get into the next screen. Hello, game? Dear Lord. Okay, no, we don't have the double XP pod. Man! I could have got so many levels! Not really that much. Yes, thank you for the supportive words, guys. Do you know why I can't buy credit pouches? It might be something to do with your region. Sometimes that happens. It says under review and shows some error. Yeah, you're gonna have to send in a ticket, unfortunately, my dude. That's just... Otherwise, like, it either happens right away or sometimes it has issues and just takes, like, way too long to calculate it. And, it's just, yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me, man. Fastest way to get XP? Well, right now, is from the turkey food, right? No, the new update did not come out. That comes out next Tuesday, apparently. So, looking forward to that. I'll definitely be streaming that day one. I'll probably end up putting a short video tomorrow that'll just mention about the update and do a quick summary of it. Because that was quick, man. They've had some quick turnarounds. I'm surprised that they haven't even, like, overhauled a lot of the skill tree. Like... Did they end up fixing the issue? Remember in my skill tree video where I talked about how, like, one of the skills was 15% magic damage and another one was as well? So apparently that was a bug and it was supposed to be giving physical damage. And I just wonder, did they end up actually fixing that? There was also something else that is very, very interesting. I don't know if you guys caught my community post about it, but my buddy Nintendo let me know about it. As I was going through a lot of the skill tree stuff, I noticed some weird discrepancies. I won't say much about it because I don't want to theory craft too much, but you guys, most of you I assume know Warframe with the amount of you guys that are always requesting me to play Warframe. I low-key think that red crits are coming to Trove, which for those of you that don't know, it's basically like a crit on a crit, because the skill tree mentions how crit hit percentage, like it's just this little description that says you'll need a lot of this one day, wink wink, which has me kind of excited and thinking again that the skill tree and everything is all leading up to some bigger update that they've got planned next year. So it'll be cool to see. I'm really excited for whatever it is that we've got entailed. I don't know what it is, but... Oh yeah, you can... Credit pouches are insanely overpriced right now. Oh, they went back down. Well, down. 3.5? Bruh, they were at 4.5 the other day. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, crit on crit, basically. As far as I know, that's what it is in Warframe. I'm not 100% sure, because I never really got into the whole red crit thing. Yep. Credit pouches were 4.5 million the other day, Troon. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous! Oh, I'm out of jump. Really? Okay. Economy is destroyed by the glitch. Yes, I know. Believe me, I know. Hey, She-Love! What up? For me on Warframe, I move so fast that I don't even see the damage number. Well, true, me too. Whoop! Ah, we got the proper one too. Let's go. Okay. Oh no, that's not true. I disagree with that completely, PogChamp. The game is still perfectly functional. It's just good luck buying credit pouches. If they're on console, then it's another question. Then you're fine. No, see, the odd thing is that people are still buying the credit pouches. The problem is that there's just so many flux dupers on PC that it's not that they're necessarily duping flux now, it's that they did back in the day, and they literally have infinite, like an insurmountable amount of flux, and it's broken the economy. They did increase the 25 mil cap, Pog. Remember, the last update made it go up to 50 mil. Yeah, credit pouches have been going up in price not only just because of the flux dupers, but obviously it's just because Trove has kind of had a steady influx of players, I would think, and that's why they're getting more and more expensive, because there's more and more demand for it. Like anytime you see like a new update or something that everyone's getting hyped around, the skill tree update, it starts spiking because suddenly everyone starts buying it. Most of all, the people that have millions and millions and millions of flux. I can't relate. Oh god, my back today. Bam, bam. I'm just activating it. Let's go. Kill, kill. I should probably use a key, but whatever. Do you know why the 45k PR system appears like 40k for someone? What? What are you saying, Sanren? Oh, I see. The symbol. Sorry. Do you have a mod that is affecting it? Because usually that's what would do it. I would assume. It's Coda. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the Scyushi squad, my dude. Which, by the way, I mean, I'll probably still keep calling it Scyushi squad, but I do plan on kind of rebranding and renaming it all like into cool samurai stuff. Just as soon as I can get the new logo done. But hey, you know how it is. Whoops! Why do I keep running out of jump? The heck? Hey, Bobby. Yeah, it's finally time. No time like Trove time. Oh, is that why? Right, because you don't have... Yep, MVD is absolutely right. Because on console, you guys don't have the Boomeranger update yet. That's why you still have the old sigil symbols. Yeah. That makes sense. Would be cool if Elden Ring's DLC was the Land of Reed Samurai. Dude, I wish, but no, we already know it's gonna be the Barbarians. Which, hey, I'll take it. I just want any excuse to go back to Elden Ring, man. Why is PTS so much less laggy? Because there's less people on it. Of course. Nobody actually like grinds on PTS except for like weirdos that are like, I main PTS. It's like, okay, so you main the game like once a year? That's kind of funny. Oh, is this boss actually here? There we go. Ah! Get off the mount. Thank you, Nightbot. Thank you for not doing your job. I'll do it for you, stupid ass bot. Oh, cool. Now, since YouTube's chat is just such garbage, I literally am still spammed out even though I deleted all those messages. That's awesome. Oh, I see. We actually got some other bots. All right. I got you guys. I got you guys. Just give me a moment here. Why is no one activating this? Go, gamers. Go. Kill. I need to do something really quick. There we go. Let's just add that gibberish word to the filter and problem solved. Finished Halo Reach for the first time the other day and it was really sad. But it has an amazing story and character development. Yes. I agree. I thought you meant it was sad because it was like the last good Halo. Now that said, I actually reinstalled Halo Infinite and I played it with my buddy the other day because Call of Duty does that to a person. And I gotta say, dude, it was a lot of fun. I was very surprised. Well, actually, I wasn't super surprised. You want to know what I was surprised about? That they still had a lot of the game-breaking bugs. Like, we still got DC'd many, many times. Oh, is it a Swedish bot? Sounds about right. Yeah. Weird. Yeah, we seem to have a lot of Swedish bots here. You have a kind of funny way of looking at things, JJ. I didn't come here to complain or be negative, and then you proceed to be complaining and negative. I mean, I know that... I don't know. I think your example... Well, you didn't give an example, so it's false. But I can understand that. Like, if I take a harsh look at myself and a harsh criticism towards myself, is that I know I can be overly critical about things. But you gotta understand, it does come from a place of love and positivity. Because I want the best from the things that I am passionate about, which Trove is one of them. However, I have no idea what example you're talking about right now in particular. Yeah, I don't know, Swedish Cat. Did you bring them over? Hello from Belgium. Hello from Canada, my dude. If you don't complain, it means you don't really Kate. Ah, yes. I know that was a typo, but... Nice, Lion. Yeah, we don't gotta, like, try and tear him down or anything, guys. Like, I can acknowledge just how I can get. I know that I can be overly... I don't want to say overly critical. It's more like... I don't know. I have very high standards. I have these standards for myself and everything that I end up doing in my life, and kind of have the same opinion about like other things too, where I feel like things that don't end up reaching their potential, even though it's so simple and easy to try. But at the same time, whenever I'm critical about something, I do try to give just explanation as to why I feel that way, and also acknowledge the fact that it's my opinion, you know? I never in any way, shape, or form, like that's the one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, is I'm always very, very clear in stating that it's my opinion and not trying to shoot other people's ideas down. Like when I play a game like Plague Tale, for example, and I hate that game because it just sucks so much, I'm not going to judge the people who enjoy the game. It's just, for me, I don't like it. What is happening? Why can't I move? Hello? That's the only example that I can even think that you're talking about, is just when I'm overly critical with games. In which case, maybe I ended up, I don't know, like talking about a game I didn't like and you didn't like it. My response to it, I don't know. But anyways. When will the next video come out? Well, we're kind of doing that right now, right? This is the next video. No, I'm also uploading my video talking about the official Game of the Year list. So I'll probably publish that after the stream. I know not many people are going to be interested in it, but I thought it would be a fun project. Oh, hey, Thiege. Wait, what? Halo Infinite released the co-op campaign? No, they didn't. Did they? Like, officially? Or is that the mod? Because I know that there was, like, a mod where people just dumped on the devs. No, Boku. I mean, like, most of all, it's, like, me kind of poking fun at this, the official Game of the Year list. Because Stray for best action game? What? Stray competing against Elden Ring and God of War? What? Like, I'm sorry. That game can go ahead and be in the indie list, but get out. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know they had the Halo campaign, dude. I'll take a peek at that whenever I get the chance. It's God of War your game of the year. So so I've been working on my God of War Ragnarok review video, and I don't think people are going to agree with me. Like, I don't know. I got some pretty harsh criticisms to say about that game. The more that I've been sitting with it and the more that I've been playing it off camera, it's... yeah. I guess what I'll say is it's another God of War game, all right. Does it add anything new to the pile? No. Does it have a better story than the first game? Hell no. Is there anything improved upon from the first game in 2018? Not really. Did I enjoy the game? Yes. Very, very much so. But it took a while before it got to that. Because if you'll remember, it was 10 hours of not really anything happening, and then suddenly the next 10 hours of the game was really, really cool and exciting. But yeah, honestly, dude, the more that I sit with God of War Ragnarok, like, it's an amazing game for sure, but I think that people are just getting way too swept up in the hype. Because is it a game for the generation? Is it one of the best games I've ever played? Hell no. It's just more. If all you wanted was more God of War, that's awesome. But anyways, I don't mean to like go off on it or anything like that. Later, MVD. I think that a lot of the people, like, I think you guys will probably understand because a lot of you guys share my opinions. Like, I remember there was a couple people that were tuning into my God of War Ragnarok streams that were playing through the game themselves and agreed with a lot of the same things that I was feeling, like with the slow start and so on and so forth. I don't know. Anyways, I'll save that for the review video. But it's one of those things, man. Like, I usually try to end up like waiting to like speak up about my opinion on games and junk like that, just because generally speaking, like, you gotta sit with it for a while, right? Before you end up knowing. Because otherwise there is a lot of it that's just all hype and everything. And then once that dissipates, once the hype train kind of pulls into the station, then it's like, was it really all it was cracked up to be? I don't know. And then I also just kind of have this habit of when I see other people talk about something being popular, I'm actually more critical towards it. I don't know, it's some weird self-righteous thing where it's like, oh, well, if everybody says this is the best game ever, that means I gotta be critical and let them know that it's not. I don't know. I think that's why I'm so harsh on that Stray game. But anyways, sorry, I'm not meaning for the whole stream to be caught up with Ragnarok stuff, but yeah, Yomi, that it's just YouTube chat being broken. Does Boomerang have a rework in public play yet? Yeah, it does on PC. What do you mean? You guys are waiting for it on console, random, and we don't have a release date per se. So again, if there's people just tuning in, we are going to end up having the Trove skill tree next Tuesday on PC. So fingers crossed you guys are going to get the Boomer update on console, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I can understand. I understand that, Yomi. Like, I understand the feels of people comparing, like, the old school God of War to the new one. I loved God of War 2018. But that was also because it really copied, like, the formula of Last of Us very, very heavily and ended up telling a really gripping story while also just being, like, a phenomenal game, right? But with Ragnarok, it's just kind of more of the same, you know? Later, TJ. Thanks for coming out, man. And so, I don't know. That's all I'll really say about it. It's not like it's a bad game or anything, and far from it. But it's not like an evolution of video games like Elden Ring was, you know? Like everyone's all hyped about like God of War Ragnarok right now, but when you think about it, it's like, dude, Elden Ring kind of stopped the world for a while. Like everyone was playing it. It was an event. We were all like connected by it, you know? That's my point. Oh, I see what you're doing, you stupid bot. It's probably like some 12-year-old kid. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I think like as much as I did enjoy the Ragnarok story, I think that the new director of the game really it really made it hurt. Like the story. Because, yeah, it was kind of more generic, like, action Hollywood, rather than having the same heart that the first one did. Which makes sense, because it's a completely different director, and the director put a very, very personalized story into the first one, so it's, I don't know. But, I mean, for me, I think it's pretty obvious Elden Ring's Game of the Year. I will honestly be shocked if Elden Ring doesn't win Game of the Year. I think that a lot of people are really, really hyped with Ragnarok, and it could possibly win. Because the way that people's brains work is they kind of, you know, they forgot, right? Everyone forgot all the hype that was around Elden Ring. And I mean, generally speaking, people are very critical of that game as well for the same reasons that I'm critical about Stray. Because everyone, like, talks about how fantastic Elden Ring is. And so people have their reservations about it. At the very least, I try to, you know, have my opinions based on like my own opinions. Like I'll try the game before I judge it. Oh my god. Oh, let's let it hit. Oh, nothing happened. Welcome to the Boomeranger update. What do you think about the new YouTube username? What new YouTube usernames? You mean the display name thing that didn't do anything? I haven't played many of the Call of Duty games. I enjoy the campaigns. I don't really care about multiplayer that much. But I tried Warzone. I might play more of it. I don't know. It was pretty buggy, man. Honestly, it just made me want to play Fortnite again. I know that sounds like cringe and weird, but I was also editing like a Fortnite video that I know it seems weird because I haven't played Fortnite in months, but I kind of have like a best of montage video, and it just kind of made me feel nostalgic for the game, I guess. Later, Troon. Have a good one, man. Yeah, I know. I guess it's getting kind of late for you guys. Oh, Call of Duty Zombies. No, I never got into that. Yeah, even for me, Yomi, like, as much as I keep having it as a meme where I just keep ripping on Stray, like, I enjoyed the game. I did. Playing through it was, you know, it wasn't like that I was bored or anything. It was fun enough. But it was more so like the fact that it was really overpriced considering the lack of content and lack of replayability. And also just, I don't know, like I kind of hoped the game would be more artsy, you know, and tell a better story. But instead it was like, oh, you're saving the world. Oh, okay. Why? I'm a cat. But then on top of it, you know, it's like fancy graphics and everything. But otherwise, at the end of it all, it's like, did the game do anything in terms of the narrative of video games as a whole? No, it was just holding up on the analog stick. Yep. Later, guys. Yeah, that's true, actually. Like, why can't you create the look of your cat in Stray? You should be able to. I think, so I was talking about the Stray game with my brother the other day. I think he ended up putting it, like, the way that he described it was just on point, where he was saying, like, it's just one of those games where the marketing was perfect. Graphics were really good, and it's got that super iconic cat on the front of it and everything, you know? It's just, it's something like that where it's just super approachable. On top of the fact that the game basically plays itself, which means that people who don't play video games can play Stray and win. Which probably explains why it sold so well. But anyways, I'm just trying to say that at the end of it all, I did enjoy the game, and I do believe that it belongs in like the list for indie game of the year or those categories. But frankly speaking, I think that game of the year threw Stray against Elden Ring and God of War simply to get people to talk about it. You know? No, my gems haven't changed, Jules. They're gonna end up being the same since my Shadow Hunter video where I was at max PR. Well, max for me, because I'm missing some mastery. I mean, I get why the Horizon game is there, Yomi. Like, frankly speaking, it's just generic copy and paste AAA game, you know. It makes sense that it's on the list, right? Because this, you know, the official game of the year list is literally just going to be about metrics. It doesn't matter whether or not the game is, like, good or not. That's why Stray's there. But if I'm being honest, I'm actually really surprised that, like, Stray should be swapped out for Dying Light 2. I don't know why that's not on any list, because that game was great, man. I loved my time with Dying Light 2. Kind of dead now, but whew. Scorn, I was so surprised that Scorn was actually on the art direction list, dude. Like, legitimately. I was shocked. I didn't think they would have ever talked about Scorn. Yeah, I know, Sam. I know. Unfortunately, I mean, that's just how it is, right? Nominations are basically just based off of sales, which, I mean, hey, I can't blame them. But I mean, come on. A lot of it, you can tell when a company is paying to be on the ballot. Genshin Impact. Let's be real. Nobody's talking about Genshin. I know it's one of the most popular games and Twitter always goes crazy whenever there's like a new update or new character release. But let's be real here. Genshin doesn't belong on any game of the year list. Like, really. Everything it owes to Zelda. But yeah, Dying Light 2 was legit so good, dude. Like, I just, And Dead Island 2. That wasn't on the most anticipated game of next year. You want to know why? Because it's not on Steam, it's on Epic Launcher. I still haven't pre-ordered that game because it's on Epic Launcher. Epic Launcher sucks, man. Like, why? Oh, man. I thought the Dying Light story was serviceable. It didn't, like, I don't know. They got too much DLC. That's what I'll say about Dying Light 2. I was waiting for a good DLC for Dying Light 2, and then they announced Dead Island 2, and I was just like, well, there's my DLC for Dying Light. Because let's be real here. Whereas Genshin owes everything of its identity to Zelda, Dying Light owes everything about its identity to Dead Island. And Dead Island was still a bit better. The Epic Launcher is just... I just don't like the Epic Launcher, man. Like, if I can avoid it, I will avoid it. I don't know. It's just such a bad launcher. I'll still probably get Dead Island anyways, but... Yeah, no, of course. Of course, Yomi. I'm just talking most of all in terms of the gameplay with Zelda. Have you played Rocket League or any opinion about the game? I tried it. It's not my thing. Like, it's cool and I get it. And I like watching videos of it sometimes. But generally speaking, I just know it's not for me. It's not my type of game. I'm not really super into like sports games in general, let alone games like that where it's like heavy PvP. Like, it's kind of the same as with me in Multiverses, where I enjoyed my time with it, but I don't think I'll ever play it again, you know? Whereas Rocket League, I like that even less, just because I don't really care about that type of a game. I'm not the biggest fan of racing games unless it's like Mario Kart, or if they made a new Burnout game with next-gen graphics, because crashing cars is fun in video games. But that's about as far as I'll go with that. What are some mods I should use for the game? For Trove, I've already got a video that highlights the mods that I use primarily, except for the only difference now is that I'm using the advanced boss radar mod, rather than in my video, it was just the older one. Yeah, that's why GTA, right, Sam? Dear Lord. Be careful, man. YouTube's gonna grab you. Wait, where is my objective? What? There's a game on Game Pass that is basically Rocket League, but instead of soccer, it's golf. Oh, you mean that golf with your friends or whatever? Right? That one where it's like just crazy? Yeah, that looked fun. There's also, what is that game on Game Pass that I was looking forward to? It's like So You Think You Can Park or something like that. It's one of those weird titles. The trailer for the game literally advertises playing with your friends. And, and then I downloaded the game and it's like, oh, it doesn't even have co-op. Like, what? Like, it's coming, but they don't have it yet. It's just so lame. Oh, Turbo Golf Racing. Right. That game. Yeah, can't wait for GTA 6, man. Hoping we get like some official news about it soon. I love the Copium. There are so many games coming out next year, though. Like, if things don't get delayed, it's going to be nuts. Like, another one that I keep forgetting about as well is just Dead Space. I'll play that, you know, remake a Dead Space, heck yeah. Breath of the Wild 2, oddly enough, I'm not like super, it's weird, it's like I don't really have super hype for it, even though I know when it comes out it's gonna be phenomenal, and I'm going to love it, but I kind of feel like the longer that they take for the game to come out, the higher my expectations, and I'm also simultaneously worried about that, you know, because it's like now it's getting a little bit out of hand. Like, this game took a long time to come out, so GTA Copium better than Hightail Copium. Ain't that the truth, brother? Jeez, I keep forgetting Hightail is a thing. No, sorry, Keone. I didn't end up calculating how much it would cost for all of the Astral Echoes, because I didn't really know like how regularly we would get them. As far as I know, there's no pay-to-win method to get the Astral Echoes, though. It's just gonna be something you'll have to grind from dungeons. So we'll just see how long that takes. I don't think Genshin is coming to Switch, man. Not until we end up getting the more powerful Switch. If that's even gonna be a thing at this point. Yeah, it's supposed to be from any dungeon. But as I kind of made fun of in my last video talking about, like, they did their typical one step forward, two steps back, where the Astral Echoes were too uncommon from dungeons, and then they were like, okay, we increased the drop rate of them from dungeons, but you get less of them each drop. And it's like, why? Why not just increase it? Like, so stupid. Hey, Swatty. Yee. Wait, someone's saying something about coffee in game. Yes, I want more. Actually, funny enough, I've been up all night. Please help. I like these weird emojis you're using, Yomi. No, I totally get it, Bacon. I know. I know the reason why they're making the astral echoes all low generated and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man. The problem that I have is it's like they don't seem to realize, like, they have all the analytics. Why don't they make the updates more centralized around their average player base? Like, instead they kind of keep, I don't know, I guess they do it for the long run, because honestly, like, it's going to be something that's going to be persistent in Trove, like, from the update and onward. So, new players are going to end up getting quite a bit of Astral Echoes just from getting up to level 30, you know? Also, later, Sam. Ah! Help! Yeah, I would assume higher Ubers are going to drop it more often, or drop more of it, but I haven't really tested it, I'm not going to lie. Apparently there's a new tutorial for fishing. Cool. Didn't ask, but whatever. But they also apparently have made fishing like a lot more streamlined and a lot faster. Like normally it would take 30 seconds and apparently now it's going to take like 5 seconds. And the tutorial for fishing is going to slowly give you like some points for the first bits of the fish skill tree, which I'll probably have a video come out like tomorrow or something talking about the skill tree. I mean, I guess, but generally speaking, with the update being so soon, kind of like, okay, well, is there a point? Just getting the Bomber Royale Dragon. Wait, what? What about the bomber? What are you saying, Swatty? I'm assuming Hood was a typo and you're talking about getting the Bomber Royale Dragon, which is actually cursed. I haven't done it and I'm not planning to. Apparently you can get it in like a day if you just grind it non-stop, but whoop, game crashed. But that would imply that you actually like enjoy Bomber, which I do not. I'm sorry. I used to. When it first came out, I was really, really into it. Yeah, I know, Bacon. I totally agree. Like that's the whole thing about like the fishing update itself being like parasitic game design, is because it's completely separate from everything else that you do. Whereas at least the skill tree, it's like, oh, you get rewarded for doing what a trover do. And then they're like, oh yeah, we made it so that fishing gives you more. And it's like, yeah, fishing gives you more fishing rewards. Like, I don't care about fishing though. Honestly, I'm fine with it. But Gone is still the rarest mount. I mean, I guess technically there. Woo! Who is this beautiful thing? My God! What is? Isn't this the boss? What is it doing down here? What was that? Did they reskin that for like one of the boomer summons or something? The heck? Wait, why did you delete your staff on Chloro? What? Why are you deleting items in the first place? You never want to delete gear, my dude. I mean, I guess you could say Yabaki's the rarest mount, but for me, like, rarest would be something that's actually, like, obtainable. Which Yabaki isn't. Yeah, that's a pretty big accident, man, but, I mean, you can't really, I don't know. I know it hurts, but you can't really worry too much about it because what's done is done. Sometimes, like, way back in the day, you might be able to send in a ticket telling them how you accidentally deleted it and they could roll your account back, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Unfortunately, like, those days are just not a thing. I mean, at least C4 is easier to get nowadays, right? So, take some pride in that, I suppose, but yeah, it sucks. Oh, that's why Lion. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's other things that I would say, like, are rarer than Gonda, but not necessarily as coveted. Like, Gonda is still really, really useful. But generally speaking, there's a lot of delve mounts that I would say is rarer, simply because you can't, like, buy your way to get it. You have to go out of your way and grind, right? And so that's gonna be a lot harder, just because it's so RNG based as well. Yeah, what about that dragon, Swatty? Just getting it in general? You can still get it, it's just really difficult. Actually, no, because I think they changed bomber tokens. That's right, they changed it so it's a 1-by-1 ratio now for the exchange, so it's not as bad. Not as bad as it used to be, anyway. C4 gear is easier to get just because you can get it out of U11 5-star dungeons. So you can technically get it out of these chests if it was in U11 difficulty, but why would you ever do that? Versus doing geode surface 5-star dungeons. They're a lot more common, you get a lot more loot out of them, so you have a lot more odds of actually getting it versus these dungeons. Just because for whatever reason these chests are like tiny and don't give you enough loot. It's strange, but... Thanks, Cody. Appreciate you, man. Did you know if you got 10k light, an 18 mil coefficiency, and part Marshall Shuriken can one-shot U11 bosses? Yeah, that sounds about right, Jammin. Sweet. Cool flex, but okay. Yeah, we're pretty powerful right now already, honestly. And then it's just going to get even more devastating damage when the skill tree comes out next week. Cool. I can't wait to be, like, ultra powerful. Do I need it? No. But we will eventually, I feel. Best way to farm Binding Darkness in Delve. Yeah, you already just answered your own question, my dude. It's just farm delves. It sucks, but that's just where it is. Unfortunately, they moved it all into the delve stuff, and so now it's just grind, grind, grind. Just grind delves non-stop. No, not all dragons shoot fireballs, Swatty. Some of them don't. Not many of them, but basically the way that dragons used to be in the game is you would consume dragon souls, and so there would actually be multiple forms of the dragon as if it was growing up or evolving. And the early forms didn't end up shooting any fireballs. Some of the dragons, like some of the more modern ones, do that as well, but not many. Not many at all. The skill tree, yeah, I'd recommend you check out my other video that talks about it, just because it'll summarize it better than, you know, you can see like actual examples and stuff. But it's on the test server right now, and generally speaking is going to end up being a new resource that we'll get from doing dungeons that we'll be able to spend towards a skill tree in order to end up getting some passive stats. Used to play back in the day. Oh, when I had my old name. Yes. Can't put my name on it. But it was back in the PS4 days. This was like 5 years ago. Yeah, that was Scythe Plays. Because my real life name is Scythe, and Plays was just because, haha, video game. And then one day I just kind of decided, oh, let's change it up. Make it so that I don't show up in search terms anymore. Hello, Tome? Can you actually do your business? There, thank you. Good God. Can I? Oh, it won't grab that loot. Whatever. Oh, the two-headed dragon. Yeah, it does shoot out of its mouths. You can left-click and right-click to shoot out of both of them. It actually shoots pretty quickly. I didn't know that's what you were asking. Alright, what do you think about the Bard? I think I'm glad that the Bard is in the game because it's a weirdo class and different than what we're used to, but it's not my thing. I'm not really the biggest fan of that whole red mage, like, temporary buffs kind of class, you know? Planning on doing any new piercings? No, probably not. I actually used to have more piercings, but I let them heal up. because it was kind of annoying spots. Like my eyebrow piercing never properly healed, and I got rid of that one years ago because it was like, oh. And then I used to have a nose piercing as well, and I got rid of that because it was annoying. I plan on getting more tattoos eventually. But honestly speaking, right now, I'm just saving money for, my wife and me are supposed to be moving into our condo. Fingers crossed everything works out later this year. So, thanks, Cody. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming to member. Namaste, I think is the term. Oh, I don't have any plans on like what the tattoo's gonna be or anything, Multi. Don't ask me. I'm just saying that I want more. Like my right sleeve or right arm feels naked. Why is this? Oh, there we go. But I don't know. Can't really get it right now. Oh, that's what you're saying, Earthstone. No, there is no depth that is going to increase the odds of getting like Binding Darkness and stuff, because Binding Darkness, you're gonna end up. Oh, not. I was thinking of Hearts of Darkness. No, Binding Darkness is just. It's just Binding Darkness. It's just random. It is more common out of the delves than it was in Shadow Towers because they did buff it. Thank God. Like, I remember really struggling with getting Binding Darkness with Shadow Towers, and nowadays it's like, I have enough. I mean, let's be real, I'm not really, like, grinding anything that requires it as much nowadays until I end up getting my, magic crystal gems up. Skill tree update is coming out next Tuesday, Justice. Apparently, that's what the devs said. Don't know what it's gonna, you know, what the date's gonna be for console or anything, but thanks, Cody. Appreciate you, man. Love you, brother. Yeah, sincerely, man. Thank you so much. This one's going a bit slow today. Normally we get through this like, oh, we're already at our max floor already. That's why. But we've been able to do this like in 30 minutes sometimes. Now it's already taken like a full hour. Which, I'm not gonna lie, guys, we'll probably end up calling it after this. Like, I'd love to chill with you guys more, but I can feel like whatever this tickle is with my voice. And I do have other videos that I want to upload and stuff. And then otherwise, like I said, I have genuinely like been up all night. So I'll probably end up going to bed shortly after I finish my uploads for the day. That's actually true, Yomi. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I thought... They're kind of annoying, right? Like how they just kind of shout the solution to the puzzle before you can even attempt it. Oh my good lord, these minions. They're beautiful. They're disgusting, but in a beautiful way. My god. Also, no multi. I don't know if you saw my community post. I'm not planning on doing any more God of War Ragnarok on the channel. Like... the campaign alone was already like really cool and really exciting, but as I started doing the side quests, it just felt like really dated to me and didn't really feel exciting. And with the risk of like, if I know that if I kept playing it, I would dislike the game more. And that's not really something that I want to feel towards that game, because I did really enjoy it. But I guess too late. I guess I am just slowly starting to hate it more and more. It's not that I, like, hate it is such a strong word, but it's kind of like, I don't know. The side quests are bad. Like, they are. They're dated. The main quest was a lot of fun, but as soon as I got to the side quest stuff, like, I started, like, why can't I just fast travel anywhere? Why do I have to go to the fast travel point manually, you know? Stuff like that. Dear God! I'm on the ground. Stuff like that just started eating away at me. And ultimately, it was just like, I don't know how much more time I want to dedicate to this. What is happening to this video game, my dude? Is it better now? I don't even know why we're damaging these enemies. Like, we shouldn't even bother, but... Is God of War open world? Kind of? Not really. Like, it is and it isn't. It's like... I don't know. It's open world the same way that Sonic is open world, where it's open zone, right? Like, you have, like, a area you can explore, but that's about it. Slash metaphors to fix the lag. Ah, yes. You know, I never learned how to use the Metaforge. Oh yeah, we're done multi, don't worry. I mean, I'm sure someone will activate it and then we'll just have to wait, but that's basically gonna do it anyway. Yeah, semi-open world, exactly. The thing is, for me, my #1 top complaint for God of War Ragnarok is that it didn't do anything particularly better than the first game. Like, I was really hoping with it being a true sequel that it was gonna have some quality of life changes and stuff. I like Alucard's face. But instead what we ended up getting was basically like an expansion or a DLC that they just sold as its own separate game because there was just so much content, you know? Thanks for the help with the 5-star, guys. Why do people say Neo Ninja's damage falls off? I mean, it kind of does, but he makes up for it by being speedy. It's that his damage isn't comparable to a lot of the super top end game strong boys, but generally speaking, no complaints. Did you play on max difficulty for God of War? God, no. All that would have all the difficulties do in God of War is just make enemies more tanky and you deal and you take more damage. That's artificial difficulty. So for me, literally higher difficulty. No, that's the thing, Pyro. Playing on higher difficulty just would have made the game take longer. It wouldn't have made me enjoy the game more. It actually would have made me enjoy it less. Because the combat got pretty stale near the end of the game. Like, it was just kind of the same old, just go mash buttons and hit things over and over or dodge. Which you could say about pretty much any game. I get it, but it's like higher difficulty in Ragnarok is the same as increasing the difficulty in Oblivion. Like Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I still very distinctly remember, like, that was one of the first games that I'd played that had that, like, turn the difficulty higher, it's more of a challenge. And it was just like, this isn't a challenge. It doesn't add AI, it doesn't add new attacks to the enemy variety or anything like that. It's still the exact same combat where I just mash buttons until I win. It just takes longer and requires me to dodge a lot more. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can't, like, oh, you're stupid if you play on max difficulty God of War Ragnarok. No, that's fine. The combat's a lot of fun, but I was kind of just hoping that there would be a lot more quality of life changes. Like, it's, like, I would expect to be able to fast travel anywhere I want. Whenever you pick up rage orbs and health orbs and stuff, like, why does he have to come to a complete stop? It actually got me killed multiple times because Kratos is sitting there doing a stomp animation to heal, and you get completely locked out of your controls during that stomp animation. And so I would get caught by an enemy and just die, you know? But that's what I mean, is it's like those are the little things that just slowly started to annoy me more and more the longer I played, because I played it for 20 hours, and that was how long the campaign took. Does that take anything away from the game? No, it still is a masterpiece. It's still a work of art. It's still an amazing game. But am I going to remember it in a year? No, not really. I don't know. Will I replay it like I did with Ghost of Tsushima so many times? No, probably not. Or like Elden Ring? No. I don't know. I'm looking forward to God of War 3 or whatever, Ragnarok 2, whatever they're going to end up calling it. Sure. 7 Days to Die. Yeah, I played that game way back in the day. I actually had a short series on it. Long time ago. Also, hey, Ally. Like, if it's up to me, my justification, like, I'm not just biased towards Elden Ring because I love Dark Souls and stuff, but when you think about other Souls-like games, you gotta consider that these guys ended up doing the impossible. They created a new game genre in this day and age. The fact that Souls-like is a thing that other games are emulating nowadays, and Elden Ring ends up coming out and being the top, the best in the genre. No other Souls-like game by any other company can compare to it. And that, you know, is something worth talking about. Because they basically had their, like, Zelda Breath of the Wild moment where they ended up being like, hey, you know what? Let's actually make, like, a big boy next-gen game. Not one that's just the same copy and paste garbage that every other company is still putting out. And lo and behold, we got one of the greatest games ever made that I, like, would put Elden Ring in, like, my top games of all time. The last game to do that was GTA 5. And that's an older game than you think. That's my reasoning behind it anyways. Like, it's beyond my love for the franchise and the games themselves. It's also, like, there's reason behind it. You know, there's a reason why FromSoft, the reason why people flock to their games. And I mean, for a lot of my friends as well, like, Elden Ring was their first Souls-like. Elden Ring is just so much more approachable than any of the other Souls games. And that, I think, is one of its best qualities. Now, does that mean that it's beyond criticism? No, I still have my criticisms toward Elden Ring. I really do. But I have criticisms towards anything that I'm passionate about. The one thing that I think about Elden Ring is, ironically, I think that the game is too hard. I think the enemies hit you way too, like, much for your health bar. And so it kind of forces you into using the same broken build rather than being able to experiment like you should be able to. I'm all for the game being difficult. Don't get me wrong. I still beat it all and did, like, all of the content. But I just personally think that if they ended up lowering the damage scaling for a lot of the enemies in the game, it would leave players a little bit more room for experimentation. Especially the end game grind. As soon as you get to the snow area in Elden Ring, ooh, oh, that's a hard area, dude. Suddenly everything's hitting you for like 100% of your health. Sorry, one sec, guys. I got you, Joe. Yeah, sorry about that. The other thing too is just the rigid system that they have for the weapon upgrades. I think that could have been a lot more streamlined and a lot better. Returning player used Gunslinger for some strange reason. I got my Dino Tamer to level 30 and swapped all his gear and gems after playing him. Ah, so you swapped to Dino Tamer, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, no regrets, I'm betting. Shadowhunter rarer than Neo Ninja. Neo Ninja's still faster, but Shadowhunter's stronger now, I think. I'm pretty sure. Neo Ninja's still gonna have a heavier hit, like, outright with its shuriken, but Shadowhunter will deal a lot more damage now. I use Shadowhunter just because it's my favorite class, and I always used it, even when it wasn't good, but now it's, like, top tier, so. Elden Ring doesn't really allow casual gameplay. It does and it doesn't, right? like that's kind of the thing is some regards I feel like Elden Ring didn't really know what it wanted to be, but at the same time it kind of embraces its difficulty, like with with a badge. And it's like, Boomerang or a Knight better for all around? Knight kind of sucks right now. Not necessarily in terms of damage or game anything, but gameplay, it's really, really boring because literally left click is your strongest offense with the Knight right now over all of your other abilities. Boomeranger actually is the class that got the most recent rework. However, if you're on console, you don't have that rework yet. Rework meaning that it's a lot stronger. No, that's the thing, Joyce. Like, I'm more so what I'm complaining about with Elden Ring. Like, I still beat the game in its entirety, and I'm still perfectly fine with the game being the way it is. I'm just saying that with the amount of, like, really cool summons that there is, the amount of different weapon types that there are, the gameplay itself is just so rigid that it kind of forces you to rely on the stuff that works rather than the stuff that you want to use. And so, obviously, if you're really good at the game, you could mess around with all sorts of different weapons, as I have. But you kind of got to get to that point first, right? Like, it's not like you can be at the beginning of the game and use like the twin blade staffs. Those were like so cool, and I really wanted to main them, but the game didn't really allow you to. I think it's gotten a lot better now with the reworks and Arcane being like a lot better. But when I first was playing it, anyways, it was not really something you could do. So that's kind of my main point, is just when you get like these summons at the end of the game. Oh, Paragon pins. When you get these mimics or summons and whatever, you get all these new weapons at the end of the game that are basically useless because you still just, they don't do enough damage, they don't have a good weapon art, whatever. Anyways, I'm just saying that's my criticism towards it. Does it take anything away from the game? No, I still love that game. It's one of my favorite games. Anyways, I'll answer a couple more questions before we call it, guys. Sorry. Do you have any tips for getting from 26k PR and up? Well, that's going to be based on your gear and how upgraded it is, you know, with crystal gear and so on and so forth. Mastery will do a little bit of it. Dragons will give you a lot of PR. And then otherwise, your torch, depending what your banner is on your back. Swedish, no, we don't want them here anymore. I probably already banned all the bots. Did you hear Bethesda controversy? They basically scammed the soundtrack designer for Doom Eternal and then blamed him for... Oh, so that's why he was trending. Yeah, my buddy Nokia was telling me, like, did you hear about why the Doom Eternal like music guy was trending? And I didn't know, neither did he, but that makes sense. Weird. Yeah, basically, like, Doom Eternal soundtrack was already amazing, but when you see when you hear the original mixes, like, from the actual guy who created the soundtrack, oh my god, those songs are so much better. I don't know why they didn't put that in the game. It's kind of weird. How do you get these different types of potions? Which ones, Henrik? You mean, like, death-defying and stuff? A lot of them you end up just getting out of the cash shop and junk. Base deck, nice. Daggers, nice. Yeah. One build that I really wanted to do, Juice. I don't know if you experimented with it, but I've been kind of hopping on Elden Ring here and there. I had no idea how OP a spear shield or thrusting weapon was. Because in Elden Ring, you can actually hold block and stab with a spear while keeping your guard up. So suddenly it becomes a game of managing your stamina above all else, even over your health. Like, it's... I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with it because I never really used a shield in my playthrough or the repose or anything. I didn't realize how overpowered it was. But out of all of the, like, I've played through Elden Ring with every type of build, and the one that I would say still really, really is lacking is the two-handers. Normally I love two-handed weapons, but they're not good enough. Which is why they keep buffing them every update, right? But nope. The reason why they didn't use the original material is because they used his scrap music without his permission, so they didn't pay him. Oh, really? Interesting. Will you buy the Twitter check mark? No. Never. Oh yeah, sure. I'll show you my stats. There you go. Before you end the stream, I was thinking about playing Resident Evil game. Which one should I play? Resident Evil 2 Remake is a good starting point. The old ones are old. I never played 7, so I can't say anything about it. But if it's as good as Village was, well, there you go. But yeah, I love the Resident Evil 2 remake. That was still the best one in my opinion, which is why I'm so excited for Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 3 was just kind of more in the same. Started with Jelly Shield. Yeah, Jelly Shield was pretty OP, actually. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming out. I know I'm rambling about other games now. I hope you guys had fun. And I don't have 11k magic find though, do I? Wait, I do. Oh, yes. Dragons. That's why. Anyways, yeah, I'll publish this stream as well as a couple other videos today before I end up heading to bed. I hope you guys had fun. You guys always make it a blast for me. So thank you guys for that. Bye-bye.